What's up, metal and heavy music fans? This is Flight of Icarus from metaltrenches.com. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel because there are plenty more videos where this came from. Today I've got another quick opinion for you. This time it's Portland, Oregon progressive metal band The Odious with their second album, Vesica Piscis. I'd recommend The Odious to fans of Between the Buried and Me, Devin Townsend, and Sikth. And particularly with this last one, I'd say The Odious trend towards a broader expression of what it means to be prog, but this really is the most obvious comparison to me, is the UK band Sikth. From the mathcore influence moments to the vocal inflection itself, it's really difficult for me to avoid reflection and comparison to days spent listening to Death of a Dead Day. The clean vocals definitely sound kind of like a cross between Mikey and a little bit of Lane Staley, oddly enough, but with some death growls mixed in for good measure. And yeah, as far as bands you could sound like, it's hard to go wrong with one of the most unique bands in the mathcore genre. But once again, these Oregonians aren't content to simply copy and paste one band's style. These guys have a massive list of influences that includes everything from The Faceless and again Devin Townsend to Intronaut and The Red Chord. So as you might ascertain from that, there's a lot to take in, and as a result, this album is a veritable lost and found of progressive music. You've got traditional prog, progressive death metal, progressive metalcore, djent, and much more all on display over the course of these 50 plus minutes, with moments ranging from the intensely heavy to the mind-bendingly psychedelic. Me personally, I definitely prefer the faster, more technically oriented parts to the slower ones. There are tracks like Glowjaw and the one that's Japanese characters, which I guess roughly translates to pathos of things. These ones have a slower, kind of weird, almost Alice in Chains vibe to them. And it's an interesting choice. It's one that intrigues me, but it also feels a little bit disconnected from the other elements. And so the result is an album that does feel a little bit disjointed at times. And ultimately, as a result, I'm also just not as big a fan of the second half of the album as the first. I think there's great potential here to pull kind of a Between the Buried and Me to bring it all together, but it's just not quite there yet. Even so, this is a really interesting and enjoyable album. I gave it a 9 for enjoyability. They lost a point for that inconsistency, but still really great stuff. I gave it a 9 for musicianship. Very impressive performances, diverse songwriting, but loses something again a little bit later on in terms of the choices that were made. And then I gave them an 8 for innovation. It's definitely a little bit different, not so much that it's completely unprecedented, but it stands out in 2019 for me. So all of that averaging out to an 8.7 B+. Vesica Piscis comes out June 21st. You can check out the link to the Bandcamp in the description. I highly recommend checking it out. Thank you as always for listening. Once more, please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you walked away from this video feeling like you got a good recommendation, then please do like the video, share it with others. It really helps us out. Follow us on social media, and even better yet, sign up for our mailing list. Again, links to all of this down in the description, but I send out an email personally every Friday just to make sure you don't miss anything, because God knows those social media algorithms are not kind to sites like mine these days. And once more, just another plea for those of you you who are returning listeners who really enjoy the content, feel like you're getting added benefits from it, there's added value here, you're walking away every week with new music that you feel like you might have otherwise missed, please do consider contributing to our Patreon. Even just $1 a month, just your couch change, would make a huge difference. It adds up quickly, and again, at higher tiers, you do get some added perks, but I think that is enough. I'll wrap it up for now. This is Flight of Icarus signing off. I will see you in the trenches.
Stop running! Stop